Good afternoon, everyone. Patricia Juba here, and I am the founder of A Life Worth Living Corp and this podcast. Today we have a special guest, and we have Susie Shaw here. She is the owner, business consultant for Shaw's Consultant LLC. Welcome, Susie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, how are you today?
Oh,
This
great.
third day of the new year.
Yes, and it's Friday. I'm doing great. And
Yes,
it's sunny, which is perfect.
yes, amen. I
Yeah.
agree. Can we start off by you telling us a little bit about yourself, your professional journey before launching Shaw's Consulting LLC?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. And thank you to the listeners who want to listen to my journey.
Yes.
Um, so I am an artist and I started out doing my own art workshops and curate my art. Also involved with the community. I did curating, so in hosting a gallery, which allowed me to take a lot of those fundamentals and put them into my what we have today, Shaw Consulting. But what I was an artist. I did a lot of promoting when I was in college. I did a lot of nightclub promotions, which put me into that world. That was back in the day when we had to do flyers, handing out flyers.
Yes, yes.
Yes, that was fun. And then sales. I was heavy into sales, both in the retail world, and which that brought me to financial services. I had my health and life insurance, and I helped clients with their retirement, which was wonderful because you could see their ease and their relief.
Yes.
Right, and their knowledge on it. It's a great world to be in. I actually really enjoyed that. And COVID hits, so then I took my own sabbatical, and enjoyed myself and got to know myself and poured into myself and self-care. Um, and with COVID, a lot of us did remote. So my first time in remote position at 2020, and
Mm-hmm.
which was lead generation, which just added to the experiences that formed my Shaw Consulting. And about 2 years ago this month, I started Shaw Consulting with building those blocks and having that eureka moment that it's needed and I want to provide it.
Well, that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Can we just go back a little bit
Absolutely.
and talk about the importance of self-care?
Oh,
Because it's so vitally important. And I find we as women, and I'm inclusive
yeah.
in this, that because we're the nurturers, we're the mothers, and for me, grandmother, um, tend to put ourselves to the side so we could take care of everybody else. So I just want you to speak of just a little bit on that. I was so glad that was part of
Oh,
what you
yeah.
shared.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you. Yes. So we definitely forget to pour into ourselves.
yes.
Even when we decide to do that, we still will always have that forgetfulness and that daily we need to pour in ourselves. So, um, the self-care that I poured into myself, I was actually I had like I guess an accident where I fell and I ended up having like really bad sciatica. And to
Mm,
be honest with
mhm,
you, I felt like that was God telling me you need to sit down. Because
mhm, mhm.
then it allowed me, so I couldn't move anyway. It was hard to walk. I think for those that may have ever experienced that, it was super severe. So I
Mhm.
had no choice. I had to pour into myself, which I had to then take that and learn from it and understand why that was given to me. So it wasn't an obstacle as much as it was enlightening. So
Yeah.
I had to pour into myself. I had to physically make myself move. And again,
Mhm.
this was around 2020, so around COVID, when a lot of us weren't really moving. So the importance of self care. we all know that if we don't do it for ourselves, there's not many people that will or can make us do it. And so I definitely thank you for letting me touch upon that. Self-care can be in
Yes.
many ways. Um, it's a good selfish. So if you think
Yes.
you're being too selfish, then you're doing a good job.
Yeah, I like that. A
Yeah.
good selfish.
Yes.
A good selfish. Yes.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
think I'm going to make a t-shirt that says that.
Yeah.
A good
I'll
selfish.
wear it. That'll be great. Yes, I definitely think we all need to take time to pour in ourselves and whatever that
Yes.
way is, like airplane mode.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I agree. So I heard about the time and the time of when the business started, but what inspired you to keep moving forward to this direction for the consulting business? And what was the defining moment, I should say?
Yes. No, thank you. Yes. So the defining moment was I had a few friends who started their businesses. Very proud of them. One of them had a store, like a forefront, brick and mortar, and another
Hmm.
one was um, like services, so dancing lessons and things like that. Um, and I noticed that their social media, um, it wasn't how it should be. It wasn't where it should be, and so that moment, because I've been searching for a business idea for a long time. I admired entrepreneurs and
Hmm.
small business owners, and I just admired it as I'm collecting my W-2 year after year, just
Yes.
admiring these people and having, just on, they were always in my life some way or another, every
Hmm.
place that I went through. So the eureka moment was that my friend was doing like an event and she had a non she had a post on there, and the post was, it wasn't good looking.
Okay.
So I like, it took me a second, and then like I really thought on it. I took a shower, and then I was like in that shower moment, I had my music on.
Yes.
I was like, that's it. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I was meant to do, is help. I want to help people in general, but this was my
Yes.
niche, like helping businesses and small business owners and entrepreneurs navigate and support them through any part of their stages, but definitely the beginning. I just
Hmm.
saw their beginnings and I wanted to support them. So that was the pinnacle. I was just like, that's it.
That
Yeah.
is awesome.
Thank you. Yes. And she
So,
ended up being my first client.
all right.
Yeah.
That's really good. Um, no, that's a great story, is what I'm saying. It's a
Yes.
great
Yes.
story.
Thank you.
What else can you tell me what you bring into the lives of those you touch through your niche?
Yes. Yes. So thank you. Um, and it's not something that I think we when we have these niches or these little superpowers or these things that we want to bring to people, places, and things, we shouldn't take it lightly. And so I really value what I can give and what I have been giving to my clients. It's joy and accountability. It's pushing
Mhm.
them through their goals. And depending on what part of they are at their business, whether they're brand new or they haven't started it yet, but they want to, or maybe they're 2 years
Mhm.
in. However, I'm bringing them like their support to see these ideas through and to add to them and give them the exposure they deserve, whether it's social media and content creation,
Mhm.
consulting them through that or managing, depending, and finding them opportunities, like kind of like PR, public relations, really
Yes.
finding them where they should be and what they deserve. Because a lot of us have these ideas, and we see ourselves in this, say, keynote speaker, we always wanted to do that, but maybe our imposter syndrome is telling us we can't, or maybe we have a
Mhm.
circle around us that, loves us, supports us, but they don't realize that they're not putting us where we should and deserve to be.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's not their fault either. It's just, it is what it is. And so that's what I do. I bring joy and support and help them see through things and find avenues so they can go on that and watch their journey is my journey, basically.
All right.
Mm.
So, what are some of the lessons you've learned with dealing with your clients, and has it shaped your approach in consulting?
Yes. So it's been 2 years, lovely 2 years. I've learned so much. I've learned so much. And there's always so much more to learn. Like that will
Right.
always be forever. Um, I've learned like what well first, when you're running a business, especially when it's knowledge based, sometimes you just don't know what to charge. You don't know
Yes.
how many hours to put in,
Mhm.
and then and the organization it takes, the operational behind that, especially when
Mhm.
you're helping other people. Again, like we were talking about with self-care, we forget to pour into ourselves.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I have learned through my clients to now give myself the business self-care. So I'm providing them business self-care, but I,
Mhm.
in return, have to remind myself to do that for my business, or else there won't be a Shaw Consulting. So that's definitely one thing that I have learned is remembering to pour into myself, to that I'm my own client. And I'm as I'm saying it, I'm like, remember
Yes.
that, Susie, you're your own.
Yes. Yes.
Remember that.
Yes. Because
So
you're worth it.
yes,
Because you're worth it.
yes,
Not everything is a discount. I've heard the saying that when people pay, they pay attention. Have you heard that before?
yes. No, I've absolutely heard it, and it is true. It's
Yes,
true.
it is true. You'll pay attention more, you're more astute.
Hmm.
But when things are free, it's like,
Right, right. Yes, yes. So
just something to put in the front of your mind when we get
right.
into those places.
Yes, absolutely. So that is definitely one of the biggest things that I have learned. Self-care for myself, my own business self-care, which
Hmm.
includes operations and staying up to date with certain things that I need to know and events and all that fun stuff. So, and that's definitely some of my tips that I can also provide.
And that's what I was going to ask you for the listeners who are considering starting their own business. What
Yes.
advice or insights would you share with them?
Oh, for sure. So
Yeah.
there's a good handful of tips. The first one, or maybe not in exact order, but I would definitely
Hmm.
suggest um, coming up, with a plan, maybe old fashioned, pencil and a note,
Hmm.
in creating your own business plan. Look up what a business plan is, which is basically, you have your executive summary, you have your operations,
Hmm.
your marketing plan, all these things. Put it into a notebook. You don't have to if you don't want to, but so, and then do in a subject order, like, so that way, as you're coming up with ideas, you're writing it down in each section, and then before you
Hmm.
know it, you have this huge business plan that you can revise as you go as well. So that's my definite first tip.
Hmm.
My second tip is, if you are absolutely adamant about a name that you want, you should consider buying the domain, even if you're not
Yes.
sure that you're going to do this business in the next year or so. I would definitely look into a domain, which might run you like $12 the first year. And now, maybe 60 the second. And now you have that domain while you're figuring things out, that that's there. Like no one's going to take it. Uh,
Right.
and then my other thing would be is, because I could give you a million tips, but for now, I would definitely say
Okay.
maybe like be careful who you share your inspirations and your dream with. Be careful, like don't share it with everyone.
That's right.
And, share it with yourself and amp yourself up and know that this will happen. Um, there's something called a feasibility test. So
Yes.
definitely before you even share it with people that you think may or may not give you the best enlightenment on it,
Hmm.
do like a feasibility test so that way you can actually see does it make sense um operationally and this and that and the third. And then that way oh no, this is feasible, I can do this. Feel free to then share it with certain people, but just be careful, guard your heart and your dream
Yes.
goal. And then once you feel secure and proud of yourself and I guess set steadfast on it, then feel free to share it with more people. That's my tip for sure.
And that is a huge tip because I learned that the hard way.
We all have.
That sharing prematurely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it's a damaging effect. So they need to know that too.
Right. Well, that's what
Right.
it happens to us so that way we can share it with others. So,
That's right.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, are there any habits or resources or even strategies that you believe have been instrumental in your success?
So organization, because I'm a very creative person, a creative mind. So I had to grab hold to certain operational strategies to kind of offset maybe what I in myself lack. So I had to make sure that I had certain softwares that would help me. Because I'm a solopreneur, like it's a one-stop shop with me. You might
Hmm.
have a team, you might have just another co-owner, or maybe it's you. So just harden, I guess figure out the operational part. But habits would be continuously positively battling the potential imposter syndrome that we all possibly have. So if you
Hmm.
have that, depending on the how much you do have, just every day look at yourself. If you have a thought, say it to yourself, and then absolutely right after that, nope, that's not it, we're good, and then just wipe it away.
Yes.
I would say, because it's like having a child. Having your business is like a huge responsibility, but you have to love it, and it will be hard, but it'll be worth it and
Yes.
exciting. So that would be the habits, and resources. There's so many resources out there, especially in Massachusetts. We're very blessed to have like SBA.gov is a good resource for people. So S as in Sam, BA.gov. Great website for small business owners. And one last thing is to tap into your network. I will say that forever and ever. Tap into your network
Yes.
because that's what you've been building this whole time. So tap into your network and don't burn bridges as you're growing because you just never
Right.
know.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Which one you have to cross back over?
right. Yeah, and you never know that
That's
as little or as large as they were in your life. Um,
yes.
sometimes our network is our strongest cheerleaders too. So
Yes, I agree with that.
yeah.
So of for those who might be interested in your services, and I believe they will, learning more about Shaw Consultant LLC, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, thank you. Yes. So you can visit my website and take a look at some past events and pictures and my services and some programs that I'm running. So shawconsulting.co is my website. I'm on LinkedIn, Susie Shaw or Shaw Consulting LLC. You'll find me there. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Definitely, that's how you'll find me. Reach out to me. I would definitely love it.
And last, I want to ask you, do you have any upcoming events, webinars, anything to that nature
Oh, well,
to
thank you.
share?
Yes, no, great question. I'm all about sharing and promoting other people. So I will shout myself out. So I'm big into health and wellness. That's a part of
Mhm.
my journey. I had just really quick, I had a best friend. She passed away a year ago, but she was like one of the first trailblazing Black vegans in Massachusetts, like 20 years ago, before we even knew what
Well,
that might have
vegan was,
been.
yes.
Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
The majority of us, at least. And so me and her did a lot of art and wellness events. And so I take that with me, and I am now celebrating my second annual health and wellness networking event in March. So March
Nice.
27th, thank you. It's a nice way to get the people that actually want to help give us resources to heal ourselves and to just have that day-to-day wellness, whether we know it or we don't, just to get them together so that way they can further connect themselves and our communities
Hmm.
together, so we have more options than just the ones we've always had. So that's a health and wellness. It's forgive me, it's called like Wellness and Holistic Networking Event. It's the second annual, March 27th. It's a Thursday night, and it's held at Aspire Health and Nutrition Store, which is right on Route 44, right
Hmm.
past the Walmart. And it's at Aspire. They're a great group of people that own that woman-owned business. So it'll be a great time. And shortly in the next, we'll see. It's been a little bit busy for this month and next, but um, I will be doing, which I really enjoy, is the How to Networking series. I think it's important for people to remember why it's important to connect with people. Because I remember saying, you want to build your network, you want to
Yes.
talk with your network. Some people are shy to even do that. So I'm creating tools to make them feel comfortable to then increase their awareness and exposure for their business.
Oh, I am grateful that you shared.
Thank you.
And I am looking forward to March 27th event. I do want to be there. It's the day after my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, the day before I turned 60. So I would love to be there to support
Thank you.
you. And I hope there's others. I
Thank
believe
you.
there's others out there that will come and support because
Thank
we
you.
need it
And feel supported at the same
and
time.
feel supported. Yes.
Thank you. I
Amen.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's,
you.
did you have anything else that you would like to share with us?
I guess I would end it with um just for any entrepreneur and small business owner, I want you to reflect on all the work that you have done and all the work that needs to be done, and feel okay with it, and feel like it's not all going to happen in a day.
Mhm.
But this is how you differentiate yourself from maybe either your former self that wasn't sure you could do it, or the difference between, people that are having built their empires versus people that wish they did. We just
Mhm.
don't want to be, on our last days looking back, wishing we had the guts to start a business. If that's really what you want to do,
Exactly. Yes,
also
yes.
remember your customers and your clients and your future business best friends, business besties are waiting for you. So just start the business or continue the business or revitalize and rebrand your business, because there's people like us that need it and want it. So please do us a favor.
Thank you so much, Susie.
Thank you.
And everybody who is going to hear this recording, you will be blessed. Should get some powerful insights and strategies on here.
Thank you.
You will enjoy it. Have a wonderful afternoon. And if you desire to be a guest on this podcast, you can reach out to me, Patricia Juba, at pjuba at alifeworthlivingcorp.org. I'll be happy to connect with you. Have a wonderful afternoon and God bless.